All right, let's do some Mathity-Math. All right, look at this. A big old story. It's a space story. It says, Zugzag, the alien, wants to purchase a new spaceship. He needs to borrow some space credits. He has two choices for his loan of space credits. First is Alpha Star Loans. Their rate is 70 space credits per month and requires an initial payment of 40,000 space credits. That's a typo. Hold on, let's fix this typo. Can't think of that. There you go. That's better. Okay, the other option is Beta Loan Dogs. Their rate is 50 space credits per month and requires a 6,000 space credit initial payment. All right. So it says, find out how many months Zugzag has to pay the installments for both loans to cost him the same amount. And what would be the amount of space credits spent at that point? My goodness. Okay, first things first, let's just break down what's going down. If we go to Alpha Star Loans, their rate is 70 space credits per month. So if it was 1 month, it'd be 70. If it was 2 months, it'd be 140. 3 months, 210. Long story short, we don't know how many months. So we're going to call that X. So we have 70X. Okay? But no matter what, you need to pay them 4,000 space credits out the gate up front. So you walk in, you want a loan. They'll give you the loan, but you got to pay them 4,000 first. Okay? So right here, we're setting up a linear equation. This is y equals mx plus b, or y is the rate plus the initial. And if you think about this, this makes perfect sense. This y is the total cost. That's everything you'd pay. So after 1 month, you'd pay 4,070. After 2 months, you'd pay 4,170. All right, so let's go over to the Beta Loan Dogs. So I'm sorry, I don't know why I keep saying it like that, but in my mind, that's what it sounds like. All right, so we go over to y. Excuse me, we write down y because that's our total cost, and we go over to the Beta Loan Dogs. And their rate is 50 space credits per month. Okay, so that's 50, and we don't know how many months, so we say x. But they have an initial credit payment of 6,000. Those loan dogs don't play. All right, so there we go. I'm going to scoot this thing down here so we can look at this a little bit more. So when we look at this, okay, so these are our two scenarios. And again, so the question is, do you pay more per month and less upfront, or less per month and more upfront? Well, at some point, these will be the same. At some point in time, after some months, these will be the same, and we'll figure out what that is. So here we go. We can think about this conceptually, that y equals y. If they are the same, if y is the same, then we can say that this y is the same as that y. Or less mathematically, we're trying to figure out when they're the same, so let's make them the same. So I'm going to say 70x plus 4,000 is equal to, or is the same as, 50x plus 6,000. All right. So when you look at this, there's an x. That's our variable. So our goal is to get that x all by ourselves. And what we're going to find out here is, what is that x value when these are the same? Okay, so step one, let's subtract 4,000 from both sides. All right, so we get 70x. That cancels. Is equal to 50x. And that's going to say plus 2,000, because 6,000 minus 4,000 is 2,000. Okie dokie. Next step, let's subtract 50x from both sides. We can handle that. Okay, and that's going to give us 20x is equal to, that canceled, 2,000. Well, this is working out nice. No decimals here. Now we just divide both sides by 20, because this says 20 multiplied by x, and the opposite of multiplying by 20 is dividing by 20. And we're going to get x is 100. Nice. So after 100 months, this would all be the same. So then we get to ask the question, well, how much money would that be? We can figure that out. Okay, we can figure that out because this says x is 100. So we just substitute that in. Instead of saying x is 100, so x is 100. So instead of saying 70 times x, we just say 70 times 100. So if I did this one over here, I'll write it right down here. Let me come back down a little farther. I could just say 70 times 100 plus 4,000. Okay, so 70 times 100 is 7,000, and 7,000 plus 4,000 is 11,000. So we know that after 100 months, Zugzwang will have had paid 11,000 space credits. I put SC for space credits. Now what we can do here, let's go check our answer, because we said it's supposed to be the same. All right, if it's supposed to be the same, well, let's go make sure it is the same. So I'll come up here, and I'll say, instead of 50x, I'll say 50 times 100 plus 6,000. All right. So 50 times 100 is 5,000. 5,000 plus 6,000, that is 11,000. Boom. They do line up. We are in business. So to answer the question, we know that after 100 months, right? After 100 months, these loans will be the same because they will both be costing 11,000 space credits, okay? And then after that, one will cost more, and we can do that on a different problem. All right, that is that. Good work. If you want to be notified and alerted whenever I make a new practice problem just for you, go ahead and subscribe below and leave a comment if there's a special problem you want, or a crazy word problem you want me to make, or just anything you need to practice in the world of math. I'll do my best to help you out. All right, thanks. Bye.